Today's cast is perhaps a bit overdue, but hey, there was rarely a shortage of stuffs to discuss over the last few months, which is absolutely not a bad thing. Now, we've talked a lot about Fi here on the channel and looked at a lot of different builds. And something we've accepted, but which also I haven't understood fully, is why aren't people playing Searing Touch?
A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando.
Hey there, fab folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando and Go Again, a fabulous cast. Thanks for tuning in. That's right. Tonight I'm asking the question, why are we collectively not playing Searing Touch? Now, this is not me calling out the community because my own Fi deck list, despite the fact I think this card's really good, my own Fi deck lists have not included Searing Touch. Now, let's just cut right to what will be the easy answer, which is, will it cost one, Andrew? It costs one. And we'd much rather play Lava Burst and Salt in the Wound. Oh, I get that, kids. Oh, I get that, right? So basically, let's just rip off the Band-Aid and get right to it, shall we? Because I hear you kids like short videos. The reason I think this is good is basically because of Oldhim, right? So this card, for one, now it's a Rupture card, so it's got to be Link 4 or higher. So yeah, probably you're doing this with the Kodachi package. Probably, not necessarily, but probably. Right, so Rupture, if Searing Touch is played as Chain Link 4 or higher, aka Rupture, it has, when you attack, it deals 2 damage to any target. Now, why I like this, the 2 damage, specifically for the Oldhim matchup, also maybe for the Icelander matchup, maybe if you can get it off, I get it. But so it's coming in for 5, but that's 2 of which are unblockable. Now, granted, with Oldhim, maybe he ice reacted you. I get it, right? I do. But he still had to deal with the other things there in that case, which means he's not earth reacting. So let's say you're using with Kodachi package like I propose. So you're Kodachiing, he seeds, you're Kodachiing, right? And you guys get it, right? He does all his tricks, all his stuff to prevent shields. He seeds. There's 2 Kodachis right there. Costs him nothing permanent. Costs you nothing permanent. Then you got to figure out a card. But so does he at that point, right? And then you can Searing Touch, right? You can do your Rupture, right? I mean, the argument I'm not saying you Link's Mask for this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's that good, right? You're trying to do that on your combo turn. But just knowing that they have to, Steel Blade Shunt, Reckless Swing, Searing Touch. Those are all, I think it's fair equating this with those, right? If you are playing against someone and you see that they're playing, if you're a weapon-based hero and you're playing against someone and they see them pitch Steel Blade Shunt, you're like, oh snap, guess I can't go to 1. You're playing against Brute. You don't go to 2, right? I feel that Searing Touch, from a tactical play the game standpoint, is on that same level. Now, I get it, right? I already spoke to the counterpoint because I wanted to stave off the dislikes, right? But I get the counterpoint that it's 1, right? Because a lot of times what you want to do is you want to have a fire starter, you want to have a mounting or a spreading, or even I don't play Flame Call, but if you Flame Call or whatever it may be. And this is, yes, more specifically the Draconic package. If we're talking if you're playing specifically just a combo Fi or like a Rupture Fi, that's different. Kodachi Fi, right? I get it. But sure, maybe it doesn't find its way into Draconic Fi. I know most the Draconic Fis are playing the chess piece because it's good and it's temper for its 3 block, which is really, really good. That said, I kind of feel like more, especially with that being a $100 card, I kind of feel the chess piece being a $100 card, I feel like people are going to pivot, not overall because they already have it, but I feel like there will be a shift potentially away into using Tunic. I think I get Tunic's more expensive, so just ignore everything I just said. I get it, right? But I do think that because Tunic's more playable, a lot of people have them. I get it. I don't, but a lot of people have them. So Tunic, I think, works here, right? So you set up your fire starter, your 1/3. There's no shortage of 0/3s, right? You're playing your Ronins, your Cinder Claws, your Brands. Those, oh, well, Brand is Cinder Claw. What's the other one? Oh, shoot. Yeah, of course I can't think of it in the moment, right? But there's 3 of them. There's 3 0/3s that you're playing the red and the blues of usually. I'm not playing Blue Ronin, but either way, you guys get it, right? So 0/3s. Anger, Rising Resentment. There we go. Rising Resentment. Sorry. So those 3 are even 0s that you can do that into your weapon. Drop something else. Phoenix Flame, right? You got all sorts of good stuff, right? And with Searing Touch, whatever. You guys, we don't need to rehash the whole 5 thing. We've talked about enough here. But this card hasn't fit. And even with a 1-cost fire starter, to be able to arsenal this and set it up, I just think the two damage is really, really, really strong, I think, right? And this card in of itself defends for 3, which a lot of, because it's a draconic, right? It's not a specific class. It's a talent card, not a class card. Most of these defend 3, right? Your Lava Burst, how many times have you painfully defended with a Lava Burst because it's the 3 that you needed, right? All the 5 players have been there, right? We've been there. That's why you run Lava Vein Loyalty and all that stuff for that 3 block. I just think this card's good, and I think it should see more play. So I'm curious what you guys think. Has anyone been running this to success? Admittedly, I haven't, right? It's not in my list. It's always been something I've wanted to be 100% clear here. I do run it in Commoner, but that's different, right? I do run it in my Fight Commoner list, and it works really well a lot of time for not necessarily the kill, right? And a lot of these, because these cards that push the damage like this actually aren't always, like, oh, well, I'll just do it and pop them and kill them. A lot of times they're more better to put them in. Yes, I said it correctly in that case, more better. It's more better in that case to use it to put them into defense range than it is to actually do the kill, or it's more utility in that case to put them into force defense range, right? Because, let's say they have 6, 5, 4 health left. You swing with this, you nail them for 2 on play before they defend. Well, what do they have to do, right? So I think that's where it's not necessarily like the other cards I mentioned, like Shunt or Reckless, were necessarily for the kill. Searing Touch is more to put them into kill range because it's on your attack versus your defense, is what I'm saying here, right? But it's the same type of concept, is when they see one, they need to budget for that. They can't just say, okay, I'm going to leave myself open to take 4, 5, whatever it may be, because that's not what right? That's not the case when you're Kodachi for 3, Kodachi 0/3 Searing Touch, or whatever it may be, right? So again, I'll open it up to you guys. Let me know who has tested with this. Let me know, have you tested with this card outside of Commoner? It is good in Commoner. Have you tested this outside of that? Card seems really, really good, so I'm really surprised that more people aren't playing it. So anyway, that's where I'll end it, but let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to hear from you guys. I think there's something here. Like I said, I'm not playing it either, but I'm not really sure why. So let me know why, and let me know. Anyway, thanks for joining me, folks, and nothing else. Go Commando.